Hey, I'm Rafael Arce. I'm a Cuban American, an entrepreneur, and a social activist, and I've been in New York City for 19 years. I came out in the summer of 1988. I had struggled with my sexuality all the way from being a young child. I went to a military prep school for high school with several hundred other males, and that made it a little bit more challenging. I never had any issues with women physically, but I just, at the end of the day, I didn't feel complete with girls. So after many attempts having girlfriends, I started to figure out when I was about 21 that I was gay and that I need to deal with my sexuality. Coming from a Cuban family, it's a pretty tough decision to make. Usually Cuban families are very conservative, they're very Republican. Being gay is not something that you're open about. I feel that for a lot of us, our life doesn't start until we're in our 20s, and some people into their 30s, because it takes that long for people to come out. And I remember telling my father when he was upset when he found out that I was gay, that it's not about him. And it's my dad was really mad at me because he felt that we had a relationship where I should have been able to come to him as a friend and explain to him what was going on and let him be part of that. And I had to tell him repeatedly that it wasn't about him, it was about me. And decades later, I'm still evolving. I'm still getting comfortable in my skin. So I'm amazed at how far the gay rights movement has come. In the time that I've been out, between the challenges of dealing with HIV and taking care of our own community, and HIV and AIDS, and then spreading to other communities and being involved with the way that they're dealing with stuff, because we've already dealt with it. To now, we're like, I live in this amazing city where our own neighborhoods are kind of just breaking off, and our bars are kind of going away because everyone's just, everyone's come together. You now go to bars and gays and straights are in the same bar. You can hold hands. You can have public displays of affection with your partners. When I came out, there was only a handful of bars in Miami, and we had to park our cars blocks away and in the dark walk through neighborhoods, to get to a bar, and then wait for, Uncle Charlie's was a bar that I used to go to, and it was next to a really big intersection. And we'd have to wait till the light was green, that cars were moving, so that when we were to go into the actual bar, there wasn't a series of cars stopped at an intersection, and people would see us. They would throw eggs at us, they would throw rocks at us. In South Beach, when it first started off, that I was just coming out, even if you just stood out as being gay, people were being beat up. And so if I was talking to someone right now that is in the process of coming out back home in Miami or in another Hispanic community, some of the things I would tell you is that that some of the fears that your family's going to have, and let's just forget about the whole religious aspect to it, because that's a hard issue to deal with. Religion is not supporting us, even though this new pope is taking some good steps, but it's not about religion, it's about who you are. And we need to remember that our parents, most of our parents, Cuban Americans, whether you're Mexican, a lot of these countries, people have come to America because they're making the choice that they want their children to have a better life. And in the process of you coming out, in the process of you trying to get your family to accept you, you always need to remember that. And ultimately, what people that care about you, they just don't want you to be making difficult choices. Coming out is going to be difficult. It's something that you have to evolve with. It's something you have to come to terms with. Pero nunca te puedes olvidar de la raza, nunca te puedes olvidar de tu historia, de donde viene tu familia. If you keep that in check and you make that part of who you are and who you are in the future, eventually people will come around.
Hola. 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 Hola.